Damn!
Let's make some Peruvian chicken. Why? Because it sounds good. Fun fact, there's actually a bunch of Chinese and Japanese immigrants that went over to Peru to help work in farms and infrastructure building. So a lot of the food there ties in both cultures. You're gonna get your cumin, garlic, oregano from the Latin style, but then you're also gonna get like soy sauce. So to make this, we're gonna start off by making our marinade. We're gonna marinate our chicken overnight, and then we're gonna go ahead and air fry it in the morning. And we're also gonna make some special ají verde sauce with a bit of a twist. I'm just starting off with your basic cumin soy sauce. I'm gonna be taking some creative liberties here because I can. Now, a good thing to use would be like ají verde paste, but I don't have that. So I'm gonna use the next best thing, which is this Matuks hot pepper sauce. So it is basically Caribbean peppers that are fermented. It shall be spicy. Of course, we're gonna need some salt, black pepper, onion powder, garlic, cumino. Generally, I like to use more cumin relationally to the other stuff because I just want it to be a stronger flavor. I don't know if that's culturally accurate, but that's just how I've been cooking. Some Mexican oregano. I am very anti-vampire, so we're gonna actually grate some garlic in here as well. If you grate the garlic, I don't think you need to use as much just because it's broken down the cell wall so finely that you can actually get a more impactful flavor. At least that's how I understand it currently. Always open to growth. Avocado oil. We're gonna whisk it. Yeah, buddy. Taste a little bit. It is salty. Or some sugar to balance it out a little bit. I'm gonna use some agave. Just a little bit. Because agave is a little bit more sweeter than normal syrup. Much better. Now I'm gonna process this chicken and get it in here. I'm gonna cut out the excess skin because that's just gonna burn. Won't need any of that. And since this is a thicker cut of meat with the bone in, I wanna get even marinade, so I'm gonna make some slits in here. I forgot to do it on the first one, so I gotta redo that. Get in here with my hands and manually massaging the marinade. I've heard you can let this marinade go for 4 hours, but I generally like to cook by marinating my meat overnight. But if you can, you know, prep them the night before. This prep only takes like 15 minutes. You can spare 15 minutes. Instead of doom scrolling, prep some stuff, put it in a container, throw it in your fridge. That way, all you gotta do the next day is take it out and cook it. I just marinated this and I completely forgot to add in some lime juice, so we're gonna have to add that. Cooking isn't always as perfect as it seems on camera when it's edited. Sometimes you gotta go back and redo some stuff. More fresh. Give it another mix. Cover it, put it in the fridge. We're gonna clean this up and then we're gonna get going on our special ají verde sauce with a twist. All right, now I'm gonna make some sauce. It's supposed to be ají verde, but it's not gonna be ají verde. And to be honest, I'm not quite sure exactly what I'm doing. So would my Filipino ancestors contact their Peruvian friends and ask if they can guide me as I bastardize their traditional sauce? Thanks. Now, ají verde is supposed to be green because it uses a bunch of green things like cilantro and jalapenos. However, I have these Fresnos that are starting to get a little bit old, so I want to use them and not let them go to waste. So we're doing ají Christmas. There. Seeds and all. Because we ain't scared of no spice. Give me them seeds. More garlic. Of our cilantro that we had. I got some fresh cilantro I'm going to put in. Don't neglect the stems. Probably about this much. This is the only verde thing that's going to be in this ají verde that won't really be verde. Next, we're going to get some Mexican crema. When I was looking up this recipe for ají verde, it was very similar to the recipe I found online for the old school Baja sauce from Taco Bell, which I loved. I used to get steak chalupas and I wanted like gallons of that Baja sauce. So I found a way that's really similar to this ají verde, and I put a little twist on it, and that's the sauce we're making. Some mayonnaise. We'll put a little bit of that chicken sauce. Black pepper. Chili and olive oil. Now, I know Taco Bell isn't authentic Mexican, but some of the sauces there are rooted and based at least in some basic framework of authentic sauce making. With the salsa verde con crema being this one. One thing that the Baja sauce that I loved was different is it has Parmesan cheese. So we're gonna put some of that in here. And by some, I mean a lot. But wait, there's more. One of my favorite food combinations that not a lot of people do is Parmesan with fish sauce. And you can find this on the West Coast in Vietnamese restaurants. They got a dish, they're these Vietnamese garlic noodles where they have Parmesan and fish sauce in them, and it's amazing. So we're gonna add this to our sauce. Just a little bit. Just to keep it Asian, I like this Southeast Asian Golden Mountain seasoning with a green top. Extra MSG. And then we're just gonna blend this up. Ooh, that's fresh. Need some more cream because it is a little thin. Some more crema just because it's a little too loose. A little more mayo. Touch of agave. That's good. Oh, there's the spicy. Yeah. More Parmesan. I'm gonna take this, put it in a container, put it in the fridge, let it bloom overnight, and when we cook up our chicken tomorrow, it'll be ready.
This next part was super simple. You just preheat your air fryer to 400, 20 minutes, flip it halfway through at 10 minutes, temp it to make sure it's okay. If it's off, you'll only need an extra minute or two, and that's it.